Hey everyone, this is Dr. Tinsley Keefe with Oklahoma Judicial Process Servers, and today I am going to be happy to address some of the ways that you can be able to locate defendants who are trying to avoid service and evade it so that you can't serve them with the court papers. We've had lots of clients and just other people who have asked about it, and today I would like to give you some advice of the things I have learned over the years. One thing that you can do is to run what is called a skip trace. As a private investigation agency, Oklahoma Judicial Process Servers has special access to better things like social security numbers, dates of birth, really good access to some of the very best updated addresses and phone numbers and things like that. Some of the stuff that things online with various services that you can use aren't very accurate. I won't name which of those services I think that they are, but some are just completely inaccurate and outdated, even the ones that you pay for. So when we run a skip trace, we go back and we check through all of our records of the things that we can be able to locate defendants with, and we usually have a pretty good chance of success. If they've just moved out a couple days ago, it might be harder, but most of the time we can usually get good success. Another thing that you can do is to do what is called a postal check with the forwarding mail. If you are a licensed private investigator, you have the authority under Oklahoma law to be able to go to the post office, fill out a special little form that they have, and you have to show them your PI license. And when you do that, they have to tell you whether or not, if a person has moved out of a certain house or an apartment, if he or she has filed for a forwarding address to have his or her or their mail forwarded to some other address. If that has happened, the post office has to tell you that they have done so and what address that is being forwarded to. That's the law. It's really cool, and sometimes it can be really helpful. Some things that you can also do is you can also talk with neighbors or other family friends, sometimes even police officers or the postal workers. Some people might be able to give you some information, but you have to be careful because oftentimes these people can also tend to want to tip them off if they know the person, especially if it's family or perhaps a neighbor that was good friends with the defendants, stuff like that. Apartment managers, good luck. Most of the time, if the person lives in an apartment, they usually won't want to verify whether or not the defendant lives there. Even if they haven't moved, because they just try to keep their like the privacy of the residents private. Unless it's like a police officer, like with the sheriff's office that goes there, and even then they may not tell them, but they will probably tell them. But with us, nope. Most times, but it doesn't hurt to try. And if you're going to go to an apartment complex and ask the managers there, because sometimes they might help you, bring your process server license and your PI license if you have one, because they will definitely want to see it, to see some kind of identification, of course, to know who you are. These are just some of the things that you can do. One other one that comes to mind is some of the utility companies will also be able to give you some information. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. It really depends on which utility company that you are asking. It's also possible if the defendant has an attorney in a case, that you can serve the attorney in the case instead of just the defendant. And that's another totally very plausible possibility. You may not have like an address for the person, but but you can get good service on the attorney. Also, you can do what is called a vehicle citing. If you know the license plate of the individual, then we can run a special trace on the vehicle itself. And if the person is with the vehicle, has the vehicle, we might be able to pull the location of the person. Some services can ping the addresses or can ping the locations from the phone. I know that the police and other things like the CIA, the NSA can do that easily, with just a flip of a switch, and that's something that they can do. These are just some of the options that you have when you're trying to locate very difficult defendants. Don't give up. I know it can be difficult. Sometimes you can even find them on Facebook or the social media. They'll put right where they live, right where they work, because you can serve them at work. So don't give up. If you have any other questions, please just give us a call at 405-593-3515. And once again, this is Dr. Tinsley Keefe with Oklahoma Judicial Process Servers. We'll be happy to help you with if you ever have any process serving or investigations that you need help with. Thanks, and have a great day.